Hey, good people. How are you doing? How are you doing? Checking in with you today, and we checking in with the energy. I know this is a time where it may feel like it's a lot going on within you and externally around you. There's a purge that we're being called to right now. That's needed not only as an individual, but as a collective consciousness that's needed. Because it's still the same old, just a different day. And it's certain forces that's trying to take us back instead of moving forward. And I kept hearing, it's two songs I kept hearing. What's Going On by Marvin Gaye. First I heard When Doves Cry. This is what it sounds like when doves cry by Prince. So, from a higher spiritual realm, in this dimension, they are sensing, seeing, and feeling the cries, the wailing, the shouts, the rage, the anger, the hate. It's loud and noisy, and some of you may be having dreams of wanting to flee America right now. And I'm just keeping it real, because I have dreams like I don't want to be here anymore. Like it ain't changing. There's a lot of forces that don't want to change. So what do? You gotta change. You gotta heal. And I have been looking at some stories of where people have traveled outside of the U.S. Because wherever you go, you take yourself. And they're finding more peace outside of the U.S., but they're also where it ain't so much noise and aggression around them, where they can process the trauma and the grief that's still living inside of them from years of dealing with it. Not only are you dealing with, but what your ancestors have dealt with. And that's sad. And the only thing you can do is you can't let the narrative of what this world's showing you change who you are. I'll be darned if I turn into a hater. I'll be darned if I turn into a violent being. I'll be darned if I turned into mad and angry. All of that. I don't want to shift to the low vibrations just because it's being force-fed to me. I need to know how I can rise above it. Because that's in my DNA. That's who I am. How I can elevate above this BS and unnecessary drama that keep going on and on and on. It's like a circle. So how can I clean the circle of my life? And what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to figure out a way how to stay tuned in to the higher frequency of God. Stay close to God. Stay prayed up right now. Yeah, it's a lot of madness going on in the world. It's a lot of economic issues, so they say. I don't trust the government. How dare you say that we are in an inflation now just because you helped us out during a pandemic time that drove everyone and everything into inflation? What? No, something don't sound right about that. Are you kidding me? So what I gotta do, what you gotta do, is you gotta figure out how to create your own prosperity. How to create your own how to create your own abundance. God is our supply. God provides. God is my employer and yours too. You're going to have to shift that conditioning and programming that the matrix has force fed you and bust up out of that so you can bust into the best part of yourself during this time. I'll be darned if I'm going to keep having this world telling me I am a minority. You are not a minority. Don't feed into that. Anyone of color, it's been a lot of downloads that's been coming to me. Ancestors talking. Infinite intelligence speaking. And one of the things, the downloads that came to me, like, get rid of that narrative that you are a minority. Anyone that is of color, Latina, Black, Asians, of color. Get rid of that narrative. We are the majority. Because you know why? We're part of the human race. Don't put us over here. Don't put them over there. Don't put... So, okay, it's the spirit of division going on. The spirit of hate going on. Spirit of anger going on. Spirit of depression going on. Spirit of all these demonic and dark forces that's just trying to push you down in a hole, control you, and make you feel some type of fear. Yeah, natural. Sometimes you're going to be scared. But every goddamn day, you ain't supposed to be feeling no scared and fearful for your life, for your children's lives. This land is my land. This land is your land. This land was made for you and me. That's how it was created. Until darkness seeped in and turned into something now that's sad and sick. And I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I've been that over a year now. That's why I check out. That's why I deactivated my account from Facebook. I ain't on that Instagram. I ain't on that Twitter. I ain't on none of that stuff. I'm just on this platform right now. And when God sees fit for me to go somewhere else, then I shall do it. But right now, He has my feet planted right here. And that's where I'm going to stay. Because I'm connected to Source. And a lot of people in this collective are not connected to Source. And that's what we keep seeing play out over and over again. So that means you have to be the boss of your own world. That means you have to be the creator of your own world. That means you have to determine how you're going to elevate and transcend this BS and drama that gets projected and inflicted onto us. You're going to have to cut ties. Like, get real. Just another download. Get real. You're being tested right now. Get real with cutting cords with toxic people. It could be your mama, daddy, brother, sister, cousins, aunts, and uncles. It could be them. It could be lovers. It could be co-workers. It could be business partners. When people show you who they are, believe them. Now, way back in the day, I had such a big old kind heart. I let any and everybody up in my energy field and then scan them. Start scanning them with your intuition. Who is in your energy field? Who sent you? Who are you? I know all things work together for the good. I had to look in the mirror the other day and tell myself, like, thank you. Thank the ones that show you who they really are. Because not only it's telling you what you want and don't want, what you need and don't need. That's growth. And then you keep it moving. I'm not going to keep harping over it. The same sore subject that's keeping me sore on the inside out. Release if it ain't giving you peace. Release if it ain't giving you peace. And it's going to hurt like hell. From some of the people that you see the truth of the matter, and some of the people that God is calling you to cut from your life so you can level up, get to the next level. Because there's some people that just want to keep you down in the dirt. They want to keep you crawling with the hand hanging out. Because that makes their narc self feel better somehow, some way. Narcissism is what I'm talking about. Be mindful of the company you keep. Trust your own intuition. Use your discernment wisely. Yeah, the dark forces have unleashed a lot of hell on earth. But you know what? For the chosen ones, for the old souls who've been there, done that, we being unleashed too. Spread your light. Get your spiritual gangster stance on. You ain't got time for no frenemies who smile in your face and then talk about you behind your back. Who say, oh, I support you, girl. But then it ain't no public love being shown. Because it's a lot of people that's in this group think right now. It's a mob mentality. There's some people that would rather be more aligned with that than source, a higher power. That old clown stuff. Ain't nobody got time for frenemies. Ain't nobody got time for partners or lovers or whatever you want to call them. That got side-eyeing you, that's jealous of you, that's torturing you, that's tormenting you. Ain't nobody got time for co-workers that's competing with you and they don't even compare with you. On and on and on, etc., etc., etc. And something that came across my timeline on YouTube. And his name is Mufti Mink. And this is a quote from him. One of the best and bravest decisions you'll ever make is to finally let go of people who are bad for your spiritual health. Keep your heart and soul attached to the Almighty. That's a word. Go with that flow. I used to be all bent up out of shape, all hurt because all this stuff that's being revealed. I was able to reclaim my power. Not anymore. I ain't been out of shape. Not anymore. Anybody distracting me. Not anymore. Am I allowing that toxic stuff into my life, whether you are blood or not? Not anymore. I got things to do. What you focus on grows. What are you feeding your mind? Are you focused on things that can lift your spirit? And what would go right in your life? Or are you thinking about all the things that frustrate and anger you and disappoint you and get on your nerves and on and on and on? What's going on? What's going on? Ain't nobody got time for the lies and illusions and the trickery. And you gotta be on point with your intuition to discern the truth. Be aware. Be conscious. It's a balancing act right now. And I know these moon cycles and this energy that's floating in the air, it probably have you in your emotions. You're probably overthinking, overfunctioning, doing too much. Relax. Breathe. A lot of old stuff was coming up for me, and I was like, I thought I looked at that already, God. Like I was getting irritated by some of the stuff that I had to address, had to look at it. And then I heard Spirit say, no, you didn't look at it. This is what you did. Show them what you did. I threw myself into work. I threw myself into another guy. I distracted myself instead of healing myself. That took me even more off course, off track, off path. Be mindful how you're moving. Be conscious. And I kept hearing in the spiritual realm, because the stuff was coming up like, oh, I'm tired. Purge and all this stuff. That means a lot. Not only did our family and friends have harmed us with, but society and the government, this world and churches and all this stuff. You gotta purge it to level up. You gotta purge it to level up. Like I kept hearing Spirit soothing me with, let it be. Look at it, let it be. Look at it, let it be. Accept what is. Accept what is. Move on. Move forward. That's a fight. That's the good fight that you gotta have right now. I don't know too much about astrology, but what I do know is like, because I do tap into certain readers, and a lot of them are talking about these different moon cycles, and it affects your moods, your emotions, your thinking, your thoughts, but it's also other stuff in this world that will affect it too. So I hope you find a way to ground yourself during this time. It's needed and it's necessary. I like being soft. I'm a lot softer than what I used to be, but that's that tough, that masculine energy. I've learned how to unite my feminine and masculine energy. But I know tough love is warranted and necessary at times. And I know we are being tested and tried. But you got to know how to stand your ground too. You got to know how to set healthy boundaries. You got to have to know how to be in the flow with saying no. And even if you don't know. That's faith. It ain't no faking it till you make it. It's faith it till you make it. And I'm going to leave you with that. I'm wishing you all well. You take care of your mind, body, and spirit during these times. Don't let anybody infiltrate. Don't let anybody attack. Don't let anybody in that you feel confused or conflicted about. I love you guys. You take care. Be blessed. Peace.